When teens in this area first start driving, they're pretty god awful at it. This is especially true when their friends are in the car. Blasting music and physically assaulting the driver, it's only a matter of time before mistakes and memories are made. Giving licenses to high school freshmen is a danger to society. Today, I'll be talking about the very first time my friends and I made a trip into Fargo by ourselves. We'll talk about the fun yet potentially deadly mistakes made by the boys, and finally, how we ended up skirting into the ditch and stranded in the middle of nowhere. By the end of it, hopefully we'll understand more of the shenanigans 15-year-old boys get up to when they're finally given independence. At this point in our high school career, aimlessly driving around Fargo is a boring night. However, back then, it was a different story. Going into Fargo was very exciting for us. Growing up in Kindred, North Dakota, we were stuck stranded miles away from civilization with our bikes as our only transportation. By the time we turned 15, we knew every street like the back of our own hand and had ding-dong ditched nearly every house in town. We were ready for something new. My friend Ryan was cursed with an October birthday, meaning he would turn 15 first and have to chauffeur us around until we all got our own licenses. The Friday after he got his license, we all packed into his car and began our biggest adventure yet, going to Buffalo Wild Wings in Fargo by ourselves. Blasting XXX Tentacion, we slid out of Kindred. Now that we were on the road, the threat levels increased greatly. 15-year-olds cannot handle themselves unsupervised. According to carsurance.com, most of the fatal teen car accidents occur 6 months after obtaining their license, and 2/3 of teen passenger deaths occur with other teens behind the wheel. I've had few experiences in my life that were more dangerous than driving on the highway with Ryan in a car packed full of boys ready to have some independence. When asked about that fateful day, Ryan recalls that he was constantly poked and harassed as he drove. He remembers a certain passenger shifting him into neutral and turning the car off as he was going on 80 on I-29. Against the odds, we made it into Fargo and pulled into the B-Dubs parking lot, nearly nailing a minivan with small children pulling out as we idled to a stop. After surprisingly getting to Fargo unscathed, we ate at Buffalo Wild Wings. Some time passed and it was late, and as we were leaving, the roads got icy. Ryan Davis can't drive on ice. This was made apparent to us when he spun his tires as we were pulling out of the parking lot. We saw this to be true again when he fishtailed on I-29. Finally, as we turned off the interstate and onto the highway, going west towards Kindred, he fishtailed again. This time, it landed us smack dab in the ditch. The boys and I huddled together for warmth as we had to wait for an older brother to come tow us out. Today, we've talked about a disastrous first trip to Fargo. We've seen the immaturity of unsupervised 15-year-olds in full effect, and we've seen a potentially fatal car incident. When you let a bunch of 15-year-old goons behind the wheel, you're begging for problems. Kids that just got their licenses have a lot of mistakes they have to make before they become decent drivers. When you head out onto the roads, watch out for some little freshmen that could probably do a lot.